Brooke Averick describes the way her personal relationship experience was influenced by writing Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It. Life can actually mimic art at times. Additionally, writing her upcoming first novel Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It, and the book's endearingly nervous character, had a greater influence on Brooke Averick's real life than she could have predicted. Averick is a former TikToker who is now a podcaster and author. Perhaps Phoebe's relentless quest to lose her virginity in the last month before turning 30, after a lifetime of debilitating dating-related anxiety, may inspire readers, but Brooke also learned a valuable lesson from her protagonist. As far as dating goes, in a private interview with news networks, she stated, "I had pretty limited dating experience, like Phoebe, before I started writing. And it was actually writing Phoebe that inspired me to start putting myself out there a lot more." Although Brooke has also been open about her own struggles with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, her and Phoebe's paths soon deviate. "I think that Phoebe's thought spirals really mirrored my own, but the way that I was able to create a boundary between me and Phoebe was that she reacted to her thought spirals very differently than I do," the 29-year-old clarified. "I'm very type B. In her words, I'm kind of a slob, I'm very unorganized and any sort of stress sends me into complete paralysis. I could just rot in bed for weeks in order to avoid something." But in terms of her personality, Brooke went on, any sort of anxiety or stress really propels her into action. And she's very organized, and type A and always needs a plan. In fact, Phoebe makes a laminated to-do list with different backup plans and contingencies based on her chances of success in her quest to achieve her goal. Brooke has never used a to-do list, so the Phoebe, really fun to write, just kind of myself, but in a different world. Phoebe's friend group, which was inspired by Brooke's own inner circle, is one aspect of the co-host of Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast's actual life that did find its way into the pages of her novel, which will be released on May 26. "I kind of channeled the way that I feel about my friends into Phoebe, so the way that she loves her friends is very much the way that I love my friends," she clarified. "And I think over the years, as somebody who's single, I've learned that that type of love is just as valuable. And that's a journey that Phoebe goes through as well." Ultimately, though, the social media star's book is not an exact duplicate of her real life. "When I started writing it, I thought it was going to be a lot more similar to my life than it actually ended up." Additionally, Brooke has the ideal partner to make the reading experience even more delightful as readers come to know Phoebe when the book releases nationally on May 26, Crystal Light's new book Talk-inspired tastes. In fact, the public can select from 3 intriguing new flavors: fantasy, passion fruit, mystery, prickly pear lemonade, and romance, hibiscus lemonade. Naturally, Brooke's favorite flavor is the first, romanticized one, noting, "It's very light and fresh and I'd like to think Phoebe is, too." In addition, the fresh style speaks to how much people have been loving romanticizing their lives, Brooke pondered. "This is just a really good way to make your reading experience a little bit more elevated and fun and romantic, and make yourself the main character." Gonna Lose It by Phoebe Berman will open in stores on May 26.